This is your daily briefing, and you are most welcome to it. Tremendous win against City. All I'll say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So the temptation to get above ourselves is there. I urge you all to resist. That said, absolutely superb performance. I wouldn't say it was tens across the board, but really, really, really nothing to be ashamed of this time round. Spurs always start off a season unprepared, like it caught us on the hop. And we have this wretched business with Daniel Levy where he ignores the first game of the season and thinks that the season starts once he's finished doing his business at the end of the transfer window. And there's so much time in between those two, we invariably drop points. So it was incredibly nice, and that's an understatement, but it was really flipping nice not to drop points. It looked like we were going to get thumped, I have to tell you. I think you got that intonation from me beforehand. And I was just, the relief and the joy are now intermingled, for want of a more sensible use of the English language. Looking at the players themselves, energy levels were great, consistently high, and there was a real sense of the intelligence being switched on in people's brains. And I have to say, I mean, Lucas Moura, Japhet Tanganga, neck and neck for man of the match. Has to go to Lucas though. Some exceptional moves, some really clever, positive thought, and goodness me, Davinson Sanchez, who has been pretty flipping awful, was great, was absolutely great. And Eric Dyer, I see people saying, "Oh, he was solid." No, he wasn't. All he did was he didn't Dyer up. And if that says that on his tombstone, oh no, I didn't. Then we've got to just work with that. But he wasn't exceptional. I had a look at the numbers. I didn't feel at the time. More importantly, perhaps. And I think Nuno has certainly found a path to the team spirit, and who knows, perhaps even enlightenment for some of these creatures. The Dele Alli licence to roam thing, I don't think is working. Again, I felt like he was trying to give the impression he was involved, but when you actually looked at the numbers, there was nothing really there. He's lacking substance. He's trying harder, I'll give him that, but we need to see a bit more. But it's the first game of the season, so let's not, say the jury's boom and get rid of him. It's just that if we look at a player who was playing for City in a similar position for them, I'm talking about Jack Grealish, which a lot of City fans really did get their underwear bunched over. Grealish had a very good game. But Dele Alli was dribbled past 7 occasions and had nearly 50% less of the ball than Grealish did. Just not good enough. But it's the first game of the season. And Højbjerg, he wasn't as focused as he was at the Euros. I think he had a bit more of it in his face than he was perhaps anticipating. But we certainly didn't get any of that dominance and attacking verve that we saw when he was playing for Denmark. Skip was excellent. I thought he was absolutely intelligent, very clever in the way that he moved and tried to aid transitions. He just looks like what he is. He looks like a Premier League footballer. More, please, is all I can say. The absence of Winks and Sissoko made our hearts sing. And whatever Pep Guardiola had said to his boys after the Community Charity Shield didn't permeate. They look exactly like they did against Leicester City and exactly like they did at the beginning of last season. They don't look like they've got it in them. I know there's players missing and this, that and the other, but it's just looking a little bit staggered. Right, yep, that's it. Okay, right. So the 25-man squad for the Europa Conference League has been announced, and that's thrown a curveball up because Harry Kane is listed. The full squad is Lloris, Golini, Austin, Doherty, Reguilon, Romero, Sanchez, Rodon, Dyer, Sessegnon, Tanganga, Davies, Carter-Vickers, Pascozzi, Højbjerg, Winks, Sissoko, Lo Celso, Ali, Bryan, Bergwijn, Lucas, Son, Clark and Harry Kane. I don't know if Spurs are just entering into a carry-on regardless mode as far as Harry Kane is concerned, but they certainly don't look as if they're selling him today. Charlie Eccleshare and David Ornstein have a couple of noises, a bit of the old tinnitus coming through for that. There is no active dialogue currently between Manchester City and Tottenham for Harry Kane, and the London club are not expecting to sell. That, of course, could change, he says. And Echo Share on his own says, plan is for Harry to be integrated back into the full group training this week and could be in contention for either Thursday or Sunday's games. I would be surprised, irrespective of everything, if he's going to get himself involved in Thursday's game. I hardly think that's the big welcome back and we're building for a brand new world sort of vibe. Fabrizio Romano, Tottenham director Fabio Paratici at work on many potential deals for the final 2 weeks, centre-back and more. Cagliari's Nathan Nandez is one of the names. That's one of the names. In Spurs list as a midfielder. Contacts have started, but no official bid. There are other options. I'd just say with Nandez, if you look at his heat map, which will be coming up on your screens right about now, he looks a bit good. Another Serie A guy, 25 years of age, regular starter. So we'll see what we see. And you know, Phil McNulty, it's the BBC. I know I shouldn't really, but you know, it's the BBC. And if there is a prospect of Spurs without Kane, then where there is a Son, there is a hope. Son has never shied away from carrying a heavier burden of responsibility in several Kane injury absences during recent seasons, and he was at it here again. The South Korean's relentless running and menace tormenting City all afternoon. If I would submit, you ignore the first half hour. But we won, and that's the main thing. But it's a marathon, not a sprint. More, give us more, and give us more ammo. Get out there and I put the video up. Paratici and Hitchin. It's like your dad and your uncle going to the football. No, don't do it, Dad. Don't, please. No. Yeah, I know they've scored, but sit down. I don't know what the deal is there. I think there's knowing Enoch as well as I do, there's a bit of esprit de corps being inflicted on everybody, and I'm sure there'll be names taken if you didn't hug either of those gentlemen tightly enough at the right moment. That's your lot. I'm going to try and pull out some numbers for that game and put them up in a manner that is easily digestible for all. But thanks very much. Good luck. Keep it on.